I thought you had a home remedy for COVID.
Yes.
क्या है? And not in the armpits? कभी साबुन मत लगाना. Just प्याज. Hi and welcome to my video. Today we are sharing a recipe for a vegan basil fried rice. It's a Thai-inspired recipe. I haven't even shared anything on my channel in well over a month because things have been so busy for us lately. 3 weeks ago, we welcomed a little baby boy, and leading up to his birth and now following his birth in the last 3 weeks, our energies have just been entirely consumed with caring for him. I will share a little more about his story in another video because it's not a typical birth story, but I cannot even get into that right now. So we are going to refocus our efforts toward this very delicious fried rice that uses day-old jasmine rice and some other very simple, fresh ingredients to create what I think is really a restaurant quality dish. And Pranav is going to show you how to do it because it is actually his recipe. Now, even though this dish is fairly easy to pull off, it uses ingredients that you might have to get from your local Asian market. Everything is going to be listed along with the measurements down below for you. But taking a look at the prep, the veggies can be cut in any way that you like. It's really up to the aesthetic. So here we have a bit of red bell pepper and some red onion. You can also use shallots. The defining flavor in this dish really comes from the Thai basil, so I would hesitate to substitute anything else. If you don't have Thai basil, just don't make this dish, just try to make something else instead. Then we have some green onion, roughly chopped, and the previously cooked jasmine rice. The last two components of your prep include a chili garlic ginger mixture and a quick marinated tofu. So to make the chili garlic ginger mixture, you are going to need more Thai red chilies, and these can be roughly chopped. I feel like you're such an engineer. Like going for sort of maximum efficiency. In addition to the Thai red chili peppers, you are going to need some ginger and garlic, and everything here is just roughly chopped. It's a small chop, like we're going for, small pieces, but everything is going to be mashed together in a mortar and pestle, so you don't have to be too careful or too accurate when it comes to this. I know it seems like a lot of red chili pepper, but it won't be as hot as you think.
Because you're cooking and sauteing all this pepper, the heat is kind of distributed and toned down in the dish. It adds more flavor rather than heat in the rice.
Then simply incorporate these ingredients together in a mortar and pestle. It's going to be coarse, that's the way it should look. Don't try to make this too smooth. Next, we are going to make the quick marinated tofu, and yes, we are using more Thai chili pepper, but not all of this pepper is actually going into the dish. For this dish, it is best to use firm tofu or deep fried firm tofu. Simply cut it up into little bite-sized cubes. Then you have your coarsely or roughly chopped Thai chili pepper. That's going to go right in there, along with 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. And you can use low sodium soy sauce if you would like to. Then combine all of these ingredients and set this aside while we get going with the actual cooking of this dish. Now that all of our prep is done and we have our mise en place, we are finally going to bring this dish together. It is a little bit of prep, as I mentioned, but it has been very satisfying to make a dish like this at home since we haven't been going out very much these days. So in a giant crock pot or wok, you're going to add a little bit of oil, bring it up to a high heat, and add the onion. Saute these onions until they are just starting to become translucent. Next comes the marinated tofu. As you can see, Pranav is trying his best to just add the tofu, not add all of the soy sauce or chili peppers. If a few get in, of course, that's not a problem, but don't simply upend the entire bowl into the crock pot. Next come the bell peppers. Every time you add an ingredient to this dish, you're just going to saute for about 1 to 2 minutes. We're cooking on pretty high heat, but we don't want the vegetables to get soggy. Then comes the chili, ginger, garlic mixture, and all of this is going in. Because we are cooking these peppers down, they are not going to retain the same heat as if you were biting into one raw. Of course, you should know your own tummy, so if you really feel like this is too much pepper for you, then don't hesitate to cut back a little bit. Next, we're seasoning with a teeny bit of salt, but not too much because we are still going to add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce into this, as well as some sugar or other sweetening agent. We're using cane sugar, you can use granulated sugar, you can use some other type of sugar substitute, but you do need something to balance the flavors a little bit. Next comes the jasmine rice. Definitely turn down the heat to low when you add the rice because you don't want it to get stuck at the bottom of the dish. Then go about breaking up the rice, declumping it as best as you can, and incorporating it with the ingredients that you've been cooking this whole time. And once you're about 3/4 of the way declumping your rice, it's time to add some of the fresher ingredients like the Thai basil leaves. You do not need to chop these up. However, if you feel that the leaves are a little too large for your liking, I would recommend tearing them up. You're also going to add the green onions, and whatever residual heat is left in your pot or wok is going to be enough to bring the flavor out of the basil leaves and the green onion. Okay, there you have it. Now, if you would like to make some of the elements the day before, you can certainly do that. The ginger, chili, garlic mixture and the marinated tofu can in fact be made ahead. Now, when it comes to actually eating this dish, I like to have it with some fresh lime wedges on the side. That way you can add some acidity if you like. All in all, a pretty simple dish to make if you have all of your ingredients ready to go. So I hope you liked it. If you give it a try, let us know in the comments down below. Also, show our channel some love by hitting the like button and the subscribe button, and we'll see you very soon with another video. Okay, bye-bye.